Oh, I probably no, something that I could have changed and I'm changing now, which is like having like a more of a bond with my parents, which I didn't when I was younger. So that's something I regret like a lot. I always like never really spoke to them and like kind of like defied them because I was a bad child, right? I wish I just like took the time to kind of just like be more patient and listen to them and kind of like understand where they were coming from.
Right.
Whereas before, like I always just wrote them off. They were always kind of like, "Oh, you're just busting my balls," and like kind of like just like blaming, like just kind of just you're just trying to do stuff to like you know.
Yeah. But it's, at the same time too, it's like culturally we're so different.
Yeah.
It's like you trying to get them. Like I don't know if it would work, to be honest, unless you like were raised in China and like living out in China, and then you could understand that.
Yeah.
Like I think about that too. Like I wish I had a better relationship growing up.
Yeah.
But like I don't think it could have been any other way than the way that it is.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I think that.
Yeah.
I think it could have been better.
It could, but like how much better? I don't know.
Yeah.
Right?
Because when we're young, we're battling two worlds, the home life and the school life.
Right.
And they're so drastically different.
Right.
And because you spend more time, when you're a kid, you spend more time with your friends. And
right.
Like society.
Of course.
You kind of want to be like them more. You're so young, you don't know that you can balance both home life and school life.
Right.
You try to make like your parents understand your school life.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But they have no idea.
Exactly.
Right.
You know? So, and it's not cool to like get along with your parents rather than your friends at that age, right?
Yeah.
So you're kind of like fighting these two battles, but you're always gonna pick like the Western, like the Western side, you know.
Another thing too, it's like I think our parents, if they could, they would have had a better relationship. But it's like they don't know either, right? It's like my parents, like I can never ask them like, oh, like what were you like at my age? Like the story would be very short. They're not open, right?
Yeah.
Like even with their daily lives, right? Like my parents have a lot of pride, right? So like they don't ever want to have a conversation talking about when they were down and how they dealt with the situation, right? It's just like, here's the answers, follow that. If you don't, you're fucked up.
Yeah,
like, you know, I don't know, you know?
Yeah,
so,
you're right.
I don't know.
They definitely don't open you up to the details.
Yeah, exactly.
They just want you to understand the result.
Yes.
But they don't really take you the steps through it.
Right, the emotional aspect to it.
Yeah, because maybe they themselves don't want to revisit that themselves because they want to leave it in the past.
Right, exactly.
Right? Because we come from like poor countries.
Right, and they went through a lot of hardship and they don't want us to go through the same thing, right? So they just kind of...
Yeah.
Like,
see, if I was like younger and I was like asking my dad like, oh, what were you doing at my age? Like, how was school? It's like, bitch, I was going away for war.
Yeah.
Literally. You know, like, okay, I can't relate to that.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? But yeah.
And like, you know, I always like, oh, if I could go back in time, I would have been a better student. But if I were to go back in time and then look at myself at 12 years old, like study harder, I'm not gonna listen. Like, no matter what, like, I'm just not a good student.
Yeah.
Right. I can tell myself
I already come at peace with that. It's like
exactly.
That's why I never even brought up school. It's
right.
I know I'm not like maybe I could have took more chances at like ideas I had, but I was just scared of being judged by
that.
Because I was a dumb kid already. Like already like why am I gonna try this? Because like I think I'm gonna fail. Everybody assures me I'm gonna fail. So like, it's just like why try this?
Right.
But I do like even till this day I do look back a lot of certain situations and I do like, oh, I should have done this. Like I should have like even like maybe I should have like took this shot with this girl.
Right.
Or like, oh, maybe I should have like agreed on this business idea or something. I do live I like still to this day I still think back and like beat myself up for it. Do you guys do that? Do you guys have the same?
I do reflect, but I don't usually beat myself up to where like I'm depressed. It's just like it's just for like the next time something like this happens, it's like I can think back quickly like I messed up there. That's how I felt. I don't want to like that again. So try this way instead.
Yeah.
You know?
I think everybody reflects for sure. I think I'm in the same boat as you. I don't really let things beat me up, but then I feel like, but I don't really remember. I almost like just like forget it.
Yeah.
I kind of just completely deflect.
Right.
And this makes me like kind of forgetful of like, makes me almost insane because I'm probably going to go through the same mistake again because I refuse to acknowledge that again.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So yeah. One of my biggest regrets was being out in the oil fields and not going in on fucking Bitcoin.
Oh, yeah, when it went hot, right?
No, this is before.
Okay,
like, this is like 2 or 3 years before Bitcoin even got hot.
Oh, okay.
But he was like, yo, buy some Bitcoin and like come in with me for this idea of building the Bitcoin machines in all the malls. This is in Alberta.
Right.
It's like, yeah, I got a contract to build it in like the Edmonton Mall and all this shit. I'm like, nah, I'm just going to like do oil and just, you know, boom, 2 years later. fuck. You know what I mean? Like I could have been a millionaire.
Yeah,
for sure.
But at the time, he explains it like it's a currency that's gonna replace money. Come on, at that time,
yeah.
of course.
You're like,
that sounds crazy.
Yeah.
that sounds insane.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? I just didn't have that kind of vision, right?
Right.
Yeah. Actually, that's relating to probably one of the things I would change back then was how I look at money
Yeah.
as well. I think my view of money is still scarred.
Right.
I mean, now that I have more responsibility, I'm like, okay, like I should have looked at money more responsibly.
I got you.
I always felt like, it goes along with everything I said too, because things come easily for me. I always thought there would always be more money to be made. It's like I didn't need to commit to myself to anything. Something's always gonna come along.
Right.
I never felt like I needed to save.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like to me, money didn't have any value. To
Right.
me.
Right.
Because it came easily sometimes and stuff like
Right.
that and whatever. I spend it like fucking Monopoly money. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what I mean? Like 1 week I'll get like 20 grand in cash.
Mhm.
Fuck, I'm going to like the Gucci store, the Louis store. I'm gonna go
Right.
spend 10 grand. I don't, you know what I mean? Like,
For sure.
and like, I just view money really badly.
I got you.
And like, I love me, and it's just not me too. It's like you're surrounded. I'm not trying to blame anybody, but
Right.
it's your surroundings too.
Of
right?
course. Yeah.
When we're all like-minded like that,
Right.
nobody really helps each other.
Of course.
Like everything, we're competing each other. Who looks better?
Right.
You know what I mean?
I can totally understand
like
that.
we're like the wrong things are important to
Right.
you. You know?
But I guarantee you have some wicked stories though. Right? A lot of good memories.
Yeah,
right?
yeah,
And then
yeah.
you gotta look at the bright side too. It's like you experience things that some people will never experience in their entire life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah,
You
that's
did
true.
what the majority don't do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. It wasn't very smart, but it was fun.
Hey, there you go, right?
Yeah,
Only live
yeah,
once,
yeah.
right?
You can't put a price on that.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Right?
But
yeah.
do you regret? You don't regret anything, do you?
A little bit,
Mm-hmm.
but not too much because I can't change the past.
Right.
As cliche as that sounds, I really can't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Exactly.
it's not like I can go back and get that money back
Right.
or anything like that, you know?
Mhm.
I mean, at this age, I would have hoped I would have had like a nice house and like a car
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something,
yeah,
you know?
yeah,
Like a
yeah,
nice
yeah.
car, but
Yeah.
what can you do? Instead of like buying all those clothes, I probably would have put a down payment on a house by the time I was like 25.
Mm.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know
yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
But what can you do, right?
But what kid at that age knows to do that?
Yeah,
Right? It's
and
like,
and like not to like
can't blame yourself
make
for
this a
that.
little more sad, but I think one of the downfall with that is I don't like to blame my parents for these kind of things.
yeah.
But my parents weren't really money people either.
Right. Right.
Like they never talked to me about money.
Right.
We never really had a lot of money,
Right.
but we were always okay, so it wasn't like an issue.
Right. I got you.
But my parents aren't good with money either.
Right,
And they
right.
never taught me how to save and shit like
Yeah.
that.
I got you.
So I
Yeah.
think that I don't want to blame everything on them.
Of course. Yeah.
Because like I have my own life, but
Right.
it had to do a little bit with that for sure.
I got you. I got you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How are your parents with money?
My dad, he's like a hoarder.
Mm.
Like he will save every penny,
Yeah.
right? Like don't spend nothing on anything,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
My mom's a little bit like more liberal with it, and yeah,
Yeah.
me, I'm just like whatever, fuck it. Like, oh, like I say like in between, like
Yeah.
save up for the important stuff, but it's okay to live a little bit,
Yeah.
you know?
Because I feel like if you concentrate too much, then the money won't come to you. If you
Right,
focus
exactly,
on
yeah.
that too much. Like
Yeah.
if you're just like penny pinching all the time, then you're just like letting the wrong stuff. Like you gotta let like I'm gonna make this back. Like
Yeah,
kinda have
exactly,
that
right?
mindset,
Yeah,
like, yeah,
right?
Kind of like even like gas. It's like because my dad used to say, "Oh, gas is like cheaper 2 cents over there." I was like, yeah. "Well, my fucking time to
Right.
drive over there."
Exactly.
Yeah, same thing. Yeah, yeah.
The mileage. I was like, you can't look at it that way. Like your time is money.
Exactly,
You know. Like,
exactly.
there's a lot of times like, oh, I could have done this, but then it's like, but I could have worked on something else that made me more money if I spent the time on it.
Right,
Mm.
right.
It's like if I like, but I still do it too. Like as much as I say, I still like try to save, do
Of
everything
course, yeah,
myself
yeah.
too, right?
You do it to the best of your ability,
Yeah.
but you don't let it like hinder your life, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like like my dad, he hasn't gone on a vacation since I was like 6 years old,
Oh shit.
and he works every day,
Yeah.
Monday to Sunday, every day,
Till this day.
to this day,
Till this
Yeah.
day.
to this day, to this day.
To this day.
So the thing is like I don't know. He's like so paranoid about like
Something bad happened.
yeah, like Judgment Day and like oh my god, like I didn't save enough money. I'll short $1. No, I can't go to.
I shouldn't have got that gas.
I don't know. Maybe that's what he thinks. Who knows, right?
Yeah. I don't know. Do you feel like he's like lived a good life being like that though?
No, man. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think just stress,
Yeah.
being tired all the time, being like overly anxious.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Yeah.
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 cause my dad's like he's been working like 6-7 days to like a while,
Right.
Like, as long as I known him, right?
Right.
But then now it's like I was like, you gotta appreciate life too, right?
Yeah,
It's
for
like
sure.
If you work, like you're not gonna always have that health to
Exactly.
like, when you think you're ready for vacation and traveling, like your body won't be physically
Right.
like,
Yeah.
capable of doing that. So
Right.
you gotta like enjoy life more. And then
Mm-hmm.
I think since the last decade, we try to take one family vacation
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
all together and like build memories. So like,
Right.
oh, traveling is one thing I wish I would.
Yeah, same. Yeah, that's a good one. Yeah,
That's
yeah.
that's big.
Yeah.
That's a
I
good one.
I didn't start traveling till late.
Same.
Yeah, yeah.
Same.
I think like we would have, like our minds would have grew a lot more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like instead of spending fucking $1,000 at the club on a weekend,
Yeah.
Right.
could have
Yeah.
gone somewhere, you know.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't regret those like $1,000 club nights.
Some of them I do regret. All right, it's like,
I don't know,
Some
man.
of them- yeah.
Some of
of
them are
them-
crazy, but then some of
Yeah.
them I'm like, I could have lived without
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. You
What's
know?
like the worst club story?
Clubbing nights?
or like the
Um,
amount of money you spent on bottles or whatever.
Honestly, there are a couple times where you feel kind of badly the next day, next morning.
Yeah.
But like I said, I don't really like dwell on shit.
Mm.
It's like it already happened.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? You know, like fuck. Like you try your best not to get in that situation again, but you know you are.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
it's like the energy, the build up.
Yeah.
Right. It's like everyone's like, oh, just get a bottle, man.
Yeah.
Okay. Right. Everyone's having. Oh, yo, that's my song.
Yeah. Like the clubs, they can definitely suck you in like that.
Yeah.
for sure.
It's the music, man. The music.
Yeah.
The music. Yeah.
The girls.
2 shots. Yeah.
Yeah.
Girls.
Everybody likes when a girl shakes something, nigga don't pull nothing. That's right. We ain't dumping, we just bumping and banging like it ain't nothing wrong. Get your club on.
Oh my god.
I know you guys like say like you don't dwell on the past. Like one way I say like if I start doing that, I could say, well, can't change it. Like you can't change it anyway, so like you gotta live on. But like, what's one way of dealing with that? Like moving on from it.
In a healthy way.
Yeah.
I can't tell you in a healthy way. I just like lock it up, just throw it in the back of the head.
Really?
Lock me up! Lock me up! Go away the kid! Go away the kid!
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. I tend to do that as well.
Yeah. And hopefully it doesn't resurface.
Yeah.
I don't know. I haven't really found a healthy way of like kind of like dealing with the past.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Because there's a lot of times where I think like, well, it doesn't even matter. Like, but then I find myself thinking about it again, and then it's like, well, I know I can't change it. Like, it's not healthy thinking about it, but like, it just keeps coming up. Like,
Right.
Like, could have done this differently. Then like you go through the same cycle. It's like, well, I can't dwell too much on it. Gotta look towards the future.
Right.
Can't do anything about it. But then it's like, throw it out, and then like 6 months down the road, it's like, oh, here comes this thought again. Yeah. So it's like, what's one like? Although like you don't. No, there's a lot of times when I do like think it's like, yeah, I can't do anything about it. Then I actually move on. But there's like certain situations that keep